In this video, we will show you how to make a traffic light with also a push button. Before setting up the Arduino, we would need the following components: 13 jumper cables, 5 LED lights, 5 resistors, and 1 push button. Lastly, we would have 1 Arduino Uno and 1 breadboard. Now let's begin the setup process. Okay, first of all, we will set all of the LEDs into the breadboard. Then we would add the push button as well as the resistors. Keep in note that all of the resistors placed on the LEDs shall be placed on the positive pin. Next would be placing all of the wires on the negative pin of the LED. In order to make it look more presentable, we would connect the negative pins along with the next negative pin up until the final wire connects to the ground pin. Then next would be connecting all of the LEDs into the analog pins. Lastly, connect the push button wire to the 5V pin, and at the end of the resistor, the push button connects to the analog pin. After connecting the components, we would now go straight into the coding process. As you can see, this is now the coding part of the video, and upon seeing this, I've already coded it, so I'll just be explaining to you the overall logic. So first of all, we would need to declare our variables that is needed for our 3 LEDs for the traffic lights, 2 LEDs for the pedestrian lights, one for the button, 1 for the push button, and then we would add our cross time and change time. So after declaring our variables, we would now begin setting up our pin modules. So just declare everything that is being needed. And upon startup, we would see that our green light and pedestrian red light will be set to on. So upon startup, you will only see these two turned on. Next would be the loop state. So we would declare our push button over here, and then we would add a condition. And basically this condition would be if the button would be pressed and it would take for at least over 5 seconds, since when the last button will be pressed, this will instantly go to changing its lights. So after setting up the loop, we would now go to our change light functions. So basically this cycle, I'll just simplify this entire cycle. So after setting up our green light and pedestrian red light to on, we would set our green light to low and then yellow light to on for just 2 seconds of delay. After this portion of the cycle is done, we would set our yellow light to off and then our red light to on for just 1 second. Then after that, we would just turn off our pedestrian red light and then our pedestrian green light would set to on. So after our pedestrian green light that is set to on, we would just wait for 5 seconds and using our cross time. So after our cross time would be finished for 5 seconds, we would add a warning signal for our pedestrians that the light would be turning to red. So we would use a for loop function to simulate blinking. So for using the for loop, we would set our condition at the starting point, which would be the pedestrian green light to turn on, and it would also turn off for just in total of a half of a second or 10 times to simulate blinking. Once it reaches the final pedestrian green light to turn it off, it will now automatically set our pedestrian red light to on. So after our pedestrians now finished walking, we would simulate the following cycle for our red light still turned off and then our yellow light turned on for 1 second of it, After that, it turns off. Then our green light turns on. And we would use our change time to measure for how many seconds it has been in order to save up any errors. So after the entire coding process, we would get the expected output.